welcome back to Casey's Kitchen here at Boots and Bounty Homestead. We are in the kitchen today because we have a lot of extra zucchini that I'm going to show you a recipe for. So today we are going to be making zucchini bread, and this way we can use up some of that zucchini and also make a fun little dessert that's healthy for you. So I'm going to show you the ingredients and then show you how to mix it, and when it's done I'll show you what it looks like. We're going to start out by needing 2 eggs. Those are our fresh eggs. You need 1 cup of sugar. You need a half a cup of vegetable oil. I will pour that in just a little bit. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. 1 1/4 cup of shredded zucchini, which I already done, so you don't have to listen to my shredder. And you can go ahead and 2 things. If you don't want the peel on it, or you don't want anybody to know zucchini is in it, go ahead and peel the zucchini and then shred it. You can shred up a whole bunch of zucchini and store it in quart bags. Just write on the outside how much is in there so you'll know. Like, you can go ahead and measure out 1 1/4 cup for the zucchini bread and just put it in a bag and freeze it, and then that way you know it's already pre-measured for that much. If you're not going to do it just for specific bread, you can put like 2 cups in it and then just get out whatever you need, but you can freeze this for later if you need to. Our dry ingredients are going to include 1 1/2 cup of self-rising flour, and then in my pretty little bowl here we've got 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and then 1 teaspoon of baking powder. It didn't want to focus on it. Anyhow, you know what it looks like. Okay, so we've already got our zucchini in the bowl here. We'll go ahead and crack our 2 eggs. And I've got a dish here because for fresh farm eggs, you want to crack them first just to make sure, because you never know what you're going to get. I'm going to throw in a tidbit of information here. Okay, so I cracked this egg and I got a little bit of shell in it. How you get shell out is you use shell to get shell. Okay, so just get on beside it and use the shell and scrape it right out. And it'll get it every time, and you don't have to go fishing for it. Anyhow, so we got 2 eggs. And you can do this with a KitchenAid or hand mixer or anything like that. Alright, 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. And go ahead and preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Alright. And then 1 teaspoon of vanilla. These are all the wet ingredients that are going in, by the way. Alright, I'm going to use a whisk. I'll beat the eggs up on the side here. And then just kind of incorporate everything else in with it. Alright, let's add the sugar. Stir that in. Just like that. We'll dump all the spices in. Stir it up. And I'm stirring everything up in little quantities at first because the flour is the biggest part that goes in at the end. Alright, and then 1.5 cups of flour. Make sure to get it all off the sides. Okay, so don't forget to get your bread loaf pan ready. You can coat this in oil or butter, lightly sprinkle some flour on top of it, and do it that way, or you can just use whatever spray, you know, Pam, off-brand, whatever, for it to be non-stick, so that way it doesn't stick. So we'll go ahead and get this prepared real quick so we can pour this in and get it in the oven. Now if you do want to make more than one loaf at a time, do not double this recipe. It does not do well when you double it. So go ahead and just continue to make one right after the other. If you can cook 2 or 3 at a time, you'll have to just make it 2 or 3 times and then stick all the loaves in the oven at the same time. These will cook for 45 minutes. So let's get it poured in the pan and get them cooking. Now at about 35 minutes, you want to check to see if, you know, how the bread's doing. You can do this by either a toothpick in the center or a butter knife. Just stick it directly in the center, straight down, pull it straight back up, and then watch to see if it's clean or not. And I'll show you that when time comes. So I'll see you back in a sec. Alright guys, it's close to 45 minutes, so I'm going to test this real quick. And you can see it's dark, but it's going to be dark just about the whole time. So what you want to do is take a knife. Of course, I know everybody's got a butter knife. Take a butter knife and stick it down the middle and see how that came out clean. That means this is DUN done. If you want to try it again, wipe it off. Try it again in a different spot. Now see, in a different spot, it has just a little bit on it. So I'm going to give this 5 more minutes. Let's give it 5 more minutes. Alright, we got it done. There it is. Is she a beauty? Alright, we're going to let this cool off and then I'm going to cut it. Alright guys, so I flipped this out of the pan onto a cooling rack and I turned my fan back on just to let it sit here and cool down just a little bit. So I'm going to cut into this. Now, I'm going to take this with me tonight to a function. So I'm going to cut it in smaller pieces. I'm just going to cut it in half and then slices this way. So you can cut it however you want to. I just want to show you what it looks like. Tell you what, let's do it this way. I don't know that I like this knife, but hey, whatever. Alright. And there is your zucchini bread. Now, like I said, if you don't want kids to see the green stuff, peel the zucchini first, and then they won't be able to tell it's in there. Isn't that pretty? Now I'm going to eat this one. Alright guys, so there's you a quick recipe on how to use up some of that extra zucchini and make this delicious zucchini bread for any of your holidays or family get-togethers coming up soon. You can also make a bunch of these loaves, stick them in the freezer, and pull them out during the winter time if you need to. So until next time, enjoy guys and take care. Bye.